thank you for being here. You're going to get to see a little bit of what your loved one has gone through for the past 6 weeks. And so we thank you for that. I want to give a special thank you to all the presenters that are sitting on the back row that were here with us all this time. We could not do it without you, and y'all just do a fabulous job. There's a reason that y'all were chosen for the task that you have, and I so appreciate each and every one of you. And then also, especially want to welcome the class to this special occasion. This will always be, just as Sheriff Hall said, a special class for me. For one thing, y'all waited 6 months to start the class. So I so appreciate that. And then this is the class that was always early. Y'all trained us well. So I so appreciate that. We were able to start many nights early, in that way it gave y'all more time with the presenters. And then also, y'all were the very first class that I forgot my phone when you're going to the jails, and would have to confiscate it. So I know Jesse said that I threatened y'all as the reason why you didn't. But, hey, whatever it takes, Jesse, I appreciate it. So this is your last directives from me. This accumulates that on, y'all can just call me next Tuesday and I'll give y'all some directions. In your Sheriff Citizens Academy bag, there is a swag bag with some, just some thank yous that we have in there. And then also the box that's in there is for your awards. It fits in there. It'll go in there tonight. So I'm sure that all of you have noticed a little something extra on your name tags. That right there has all the photos from the Citizens Academy. Also, your class video is on there. So the video from tonight and also pictures that the pictures that we'll be taking, we will send y'all those via email, and I'll let John work his magic on how y'all are going to get those, because I have no idea. But it'll be a link or something that you can download them onto that jump drive. So when we're done this evening, the Sheriff Hall is going to be available for photos in front of our step and repeat. So if anybody wants to have a family photo with him or anything, so we'll let the photos with him go first. And then after those are done, then anybody that wants to have photos made together or anything, you can have those afterwards. So we're just going to be here. So any questions so far? It's been a fabulous night. It's a little sad on graduation, but I have so enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you. And we will be contacting y'all for any things that are coming up, like our last minute toy store or different events that you may want to participate in. So for our guests and the presenters, and also for the participants to see what the last 6 weeks has been, let's watch your class video.
Means the most to me is you're going to get to be introduced to the people who do the real work here. And I think you'll find that to be very interesting, and I hope you feel very comfortable in talking, asking all those questions. Most people who are going to go through what you're going to get home and regret you didn't ask the question.
This has been incredible. I heard such good things about it and wanted to check it out, and it's lived up to everything.
Hearing him speak and hearing some of the presentations from the staff, makes me want to hold my hand up and it's like, how do I sign up? It really does. It makes me think it's like, this would be a really great place to work for.
Being able to physically walk through and see all the positive things that are being done for employees and inmates has been a positive eye-opener.
You can go through a Citizens Academy, and a lot of times they'll get caught up on the tools of the trade, the toys. They'll get caught up on what they can show. And those things have a place. They're important. However, having the transparency between the citizen and, management or leadership, or even just the officer on the beat, has really been surprising.
Uh-oh. Is that on? Here we go. So how about that? Round of applause for everybody. Hey, Reggie, step down here real quick, please. Now, if he didn't have the camera, could you tell the difference in us? We woke up this morning, we're here all the time, late at night, early in the morning, but we forgot to say, hey man, you gonna wear your yellow tie? Yeah, your blue suit? We didn't say, we just think alike, all right? By the way, our employee of the year last year, Miss Reggie Scott. How about that? And Reggie and John Adams, where else? Who else we got? Carla West is our chief of staff, our communication division, which we could not do it without capturing all this stuff. It's so meaningful to see it. I didn't know my mother could drive a bus. I hope she didn't drive that one. But I think it's really important to relive that, and hopefully you get to take this home with you and have some video footage. So one more time for Reggie, Scott, our communication division, Reggie and John, and Kelly Gassaway hates to be acknowledged. She's probably not in here, but she did feed us all, and Deshae was right. She's been fantastic as well, and keeping us fed. I remember kind of a funny story. The first week that I came to pick up my student, I was out here, and I pulled up, and so it's 9 o'clock. I'm trying not to be involved, and I'm just sitting there, and so here she comes running out, runs over, jumps in the car, and I look down there. I said, "What are you doing?" She had snuck all of her food out. And so I said, "What are you doing? You don't bring the food out." And then she said, she snitched everybody out. She said, "Everybody else is doing it." So I told Deshae that, and Deshae then gives him a bag. I guess the next week she'd sneak it out to me. I didn't see it because it was in the bag. So every week she would take home the food. But it was incredibly rewarding and to get to be a part of it. I said this to you several weeks ago, and I hope you'll remember this, but I didn't want to do this. I was hard-headed for years about a Citizens Academy. I think Jesse said, I believe I heard on here, there's a lot of toys out there. There are a lot of things you can go put your hands on, ride, and maybe fly in, or I don't know what you do. And I just don't think we have a bunch of toys. And so I think back on this a lot because I wonder how it would feel to say, "Man, I loved your helicopter." It would never equate to someone talking about how great the people are. It never even get close to that. And so I wouldn't be here in this conversation. You wouldn't be here because I was hard-headed. I didn't believe we had what you would want to see. Right? We live here. We grew up doing this line of work. A door slamming behind us, we don't really worry about. But the way we got here was Deshae. And the reality of that situation was she didn't work here. She didn't hardly know anything about us. We'd been on some events and tours and different things, through the facilities, but she was persistent. That's a nice word. She would not let me say no. I said no 2 or 3 years. And I've thought back on this a lot because we had a lot going on, and I just thought our buildings were terrible. We don't have toys. We got all these other things going on in the world. What do you mean a Citizens Academy? And I told you this before, but she not only wouldn't accept my excuses. One year we're building a building, don't have the time. One year we're hiring a new class, can't do it. One year we got elections, I don't know. Every excuse I ran out of. And finally, she came to me and said, just let me go look. So for 6 months, Deshae just went and looked at what you saw. She didn't know how to go in and out of the facilities either, or the buildings either, interviewed people who worked here. And Carla West, who was our chief of staff at the time, you know, she was, as probably, I guess, agreed with me that this is not going to be the easiest thing to pull off, and I don't know that the citizens would really enjoy it. So we're waiting to meet with Deshae when she comes back. And Deshae comes rolling in there with this, you're not going to believe it. These people are amazing. And so I thought, yeah, Deshae. I love Deshae, but that's just Deshae. And so thank God for a whole lot of things. But she kept pushing, and finally, we didn't have the staff to do it, and I said, well, then you're hired. You're going to do it. Will you come do it? And she took off. And all of the things that have happened, the program needs an owner, someone who takes pride in the program. I'm not criticizing anybody else's Citizens Academy. I welcome you to go to any of them. I think they're a great idea. You're not going to find a person who has as much passion and ownership as Deshae. And it comes out. It comes out in getting ready. It comes out in how we do what we do. It comes out in her finding the right people to present. And so I'm just so proud of the fact that my hard-headedness didn't win. Because the first class, the second class, every time we've done this, you get to this point and the reality is it's all about the people. These people who do amazing work. And it's amazing to me that she saw through it. And we could not, said this today, we could not do this as an additional part of our job. Just way too much that goes on here. So we are so fortunate. The sheriff's office is so fortunate. I think, she told me this morning, I think it took a person from the community to do it. We're kind of warped. We're kind of weird. Right? We wouldn't have known what the community wants to see. She knew that. And to me, is the key to the whole thing. Now, I would have said that before the last 6 months. You guys know, if you don't know, what her struggles have been. She has, and I was texting her in the hospital, we're going to have this class. We're going to get through this. And I promise you, there were days that wasn't for sure. And so for her to go up and down this building, carrying her buddy, making sure that we're going to have a class is the key. It's why we're here. So I'd just like for you to give Deshae Hearn a round of applause for all. Yep. Yep. She even went and got a haircut like mine. I don't know what she was doing, but fantastic. The work that she does and the work that we've done. And I'm just going to ask you to think about it. Put the word in someone's ear that may be of interest, maybe wanting to learn more about the sheriff's office or any other organization. My mother's already signed up for Williamson County, she tells me. So look out, look out. Sheriff Rhodes, watch out. I can't get you out of jail over there. I don't know what to do, so you get in trouble. I do want to say hello to my sister who has never been here. She was a surprise guest of my mother. I didn't tell her and snuck her in here. So my sister, Duran Bird, you think? There we go, thank you. My wife and son and future daughter-in-law are in the back corner. Would you say Laura, Dylan, and Ginger's in the back? To be honest, my mom said, they're coming, they're my family. I said, we can only have one guest. So we snuck them in the back. So I just wanted you to know. But no kidding, I hope you'll keep us in mind as we go forward. We've got some more presentations to give, but be thinking about that person that would be of interest and a good candidate. We've already recruited a few here tonight. I've found a few. And so we're anxious to see the program grow and hopefully find ways where the community can learn more about what we do and who we are. So with that, let's give some goodies away and have some fun, and we'll get some pictures and all that here in just 1 second.
So I'm going to call y'all one at a time, and you can come up here. You're going to have your presentation with Sheriff Hall, and Reggie will make your photo. So, Bonita Armstrong. Susan Brummett. Diana Busby Soto. Amy Kimpoli. Maura F. Cano Avila. Andy Depew. Susan Gish.
She said this is a 5-star, the one of the toys would be a 3-star.
Jesse Gonzalez. Because I can't call her by her first name, Miss Hall. Danielle Henry-Han. David Harris. Anthony Ingram.
All right.
Chris Jolly. Willie Mayo.
Can I say one thing that was kind of funny earlier? Miss Mayo walked up to me and she goes, "Now, are you running right now?" I said, "No, please don't say that to me." And she said, "Well, when does this thing start?" I said, "Well, we just started another term." And she goes, "Good, I don't want to break another one in."
Cheryl Ann Mills.
There we go.
Diana Mora. Candace Murphy. Ross works for the fire department. Ross Musgrave. Shannon Musgrave. Rita Redmond. Bob Shockley. Jim St. Charles. Yes, sir.
So we have a special appearance we wanted to bring in. So Jim has made arrangements to make sure that Jim Varallo did not miss graduation. So if you'll, he's hanging out. We're going to have pictures made with Jim, and so he at least gets credit for being here in stick. How about that?
That's great. Sydney Wallace. I think her kids might be coming with her.
Okay.
Maybe not.
My second favorite class member.
This is the one that helps culinary arts program. Captain Donald Widnick. Jason White.
He actually said his wife wants to come watch 4th of July in my office. I don't have a problem. All right.
Jennifer Wittes.
All right, one more time. Everybody, round of applause for all the participants. Great. Yeah, just, I know you probably don't know because she doesn't talk very much, but Sydney Wallace is a fantastic employee here and does great work working in our community engagement division and asked could she be a part of it. And it's important for us because people come to this. We call ourselves misfits. We all land here. Sometimes we don't know why. And how we got here doesn't matter. And so Sydney Wallace joined the sheriff's office in the middle of COVID when we had about 5 people at work other than our staff in the facilities. And so she walked into a place she'd never heard of, kept her head down and does great work. And just to be able to be in an environment like this, but also be a part of the class. And she brought her 2 wonderful kids, so that's why you're my second favorite, so hang in there. I can't bump my mom, but you're right there. So thank you, Sydney. Thank you very much. So one more time, I want to ask you to help us. Help us think of some folks that would be of interest. I'm always reluctant sometimes. I don't know what I'm getting into, so you have firsthand experience at what you're asking to give up when you sign up for one of these and what you're getting out of it and so forth. I hope you'll find it to be rewarding, but most importantly, we want people to understand and better inform, the community. I think Jim Varallo wrote in his email, he just said, I had no idea, was kind of reluctant to even do it and wouldn't trade it for nothing. And that was his words. And I just hopefully some of you feel that way, but the next group may feel the same. And so we want a rich group of people, rich in diversity, rich in their opinions, rich in history, rich in age, just spread out through Nashville. Whether you came here yesterday, you've been here all your life, like some of us. My mother didn't know what I do. How in the world does anybody else know what the sheriff does? Right? That's just true. And so I really appreciate the fact that you took the time to do it, sign up, and the commitment. It's a long Tuesday night. You're going home at 9 o'clock, I promise. But it's a long night to give up and to go walk around places that maybe not feel too comfortable with. So I want to thank you all for being here and for doing what you've done. I promise Deshay will stay in touch with you. You're kind of an alumnus, if you will, and we will stay in contact with you. We do a lot of things throughout the year. If you want to be a part of it, we'd love for you to do that. And if we can ever do anything to help you if the sheriff's office can do anything to help you, I surely hope you'll feel welcome and feel comfortable in reaching out to us. We want to surely do that. Deshae said there's pictures. That's not for me. I just want to get a picture of my mom. Other than that, I'll do pictures with anybody. But that's not what's here. It's for you to get your pictures made with your family, your loved ones, or anyone else. But it's available here to us, and I want to make sure to offer that up to you. So, is there anything else before we? Yes, ma'am.
It's a real testimony to you. You have so many people on your staff that have been here so long. They must like something about this place.
Well. This morning in this room at 9 o'clock, we had 50 brand new people in here 2 days. It's the largest class we've ever had. And I told them, this is what we say. There's 3 things we try to do: recruit, train, and retain. And retaining is keeping people. It's expensive to find people. It's real expensive to train them. Just to lose them is a waste of every bit of energy. We spend a lot of energy trying to retain people because it's hard to find good ones. Chief Wilkes likes to say he's on his 35th year of a life sentence. That sounds like punishment. But I think we committed our life to this. A lot of us did years ago. So I really appreciate Susan, who has an HR background, and I really appreciate the fact that you recognize that. The people who work here are unmatched anywhere in the country in what we do, and they're fantastic at that. So I appreciate, Susan, you saying that. Anything else? Yes, sir.
I began to work with Ms. Joyner when she was at the day reporting. And I was presenting, I think, for Nashville Cares or someone to her groups over there. And I watched and listened to her grow around here when this building was the old training facility and things of that sort. And now I get a chance to talk to her all the time as she works all the hours that she could possibly come up with. And most of all, she encouraged my son to get his GED. And you talk about an honor in itself. The work that you all do is priceless. The lives that you touch is priceless. You probably never will ever receive the thanks that you so greatly deserve, but please continue to keep up the good work. And as a matter of fact, your brother-in-law's son went to Davidson Academy with my 18-year-old now. And it was so amazing to be in contact with that. He's 18 now, and that back then he was like in 3rd or 4th grade at Davidson Academy. So it's been a family affair for a long time.
That's great. Right. If you look up workaholic, it's Ruby Joyner in the book. She works too much no matter what you say or what you do, and incredible leader. Ruby ran our training division for years, and I thought, and I asked her to do that, and she really didn't want to, because we needed a leader at the time in training, and she came here and led this place before it was what it is. And I'll never forget what she said. A year or 2 into that, I thought she was doing fantastic, and she was. But she came to see me, and she said, I'll stay there, but I don't want to be in training. And I thought, wow, a lot of people like training. I said, well, Ruby, you're doing great. I don't know what you're worried about. And she said, I want to go see people's lives change. And I tried to say, you're changing lives in training, because that's an important role for us. But she has a passion for seeing people and gives us, you just don't know. All of the work she does with men and women who are incarcerated and the programs that she helps us lead. We've been on Zoom calls all week, it feels like, on different programs and opportunities, and I never hear her say no. We're trying to help. We're helping women right now with some issues, bringing from the outside in. And sometimes jails and prison find the answer to be, no, it's too high security risk or whatever. We just don't ever get that. And Ruby's a key part of that. And I appreciate you saying that. And we're very fortunate to have Ruby Joyner as one of our leaders. So thank you, Ruby. And you need to go home and rest tonight. You're still at work. So what else do we have? Anything else? Yes, ma'am. My mom locked me in the closet and beat me every day? No, I'm just kidding. To be honest, I probably told y'all the story, but I read the book Helter Skelter when I was 16. And the whole book was really about a horrific event. And I didn't like school. I'll probably get in trouble for that. I wasn't good in school. And I really was fascinated with this world. And I still am. I want to figure out why people do what they do. And if we figure it out, we can do something about it. Right? I mean, I made bad mistakes. I'll make some more. Maybe I can learn from it. We need to help people who are making those decisions. Some way or another, in my upbringing, my parents never said no. I wanted police radio. I wanted to ride with police officers. I wanted to go to prisons. For my 18th birthday, I asked to go to the prison to walk around. So I just think I had a weird inkling. My parents weren't in this line of work, but they never said no. I mean, they were allowing me to go be weird, and I'm still weird. So that's a credit to my mom and dad. By the way, my dad's birthday would be tomorrow, so he's a cool dude too. Wow. All right, who's next? He'd be mad at me. What happened to all this emotion thing, huh? Anybody else? Anybody? Jesse? I'll help you out.
Thank you, sir. So I've got the mic now, which a lot of you are probably scared. Should be, just saying, know some secrets. But I was asked to come up and give a thank you. And I can't look at this person right now, because if I do, I'm going to end up getting a little emotional, because we've shared some emails back and forth. So, but what I'm going to say is, when I was a kid, I grew up wanting to be a hero. My role models were G.I. Joe, He-Man, Thundercats. I was the kid that had the cape, would run around the house, cause my mom headaches. And then life threw my family a curveball. Poverty, crime, parents in and out of jail, prison. It was a mess. And it instilled in me a passion for law enforcement, corrections. But again, life got in the way, and that's not where it led me. But I always wanted to be a hero. I always wanted to do something that no one else could do. And through some connections, I found about, the Citizens Academy, and then, of course, following Sheriff Hall up here it's a hard act to follow, but it kind of reminded me that we're in a room full of heroes. You're a hero because you're here. But you couldn't be here without someone who, as Sheriff Hall says, took the lead for that. And that, to me, that's a hero. Doesn't necessarily wear a badge, has a pen, doesn't put a gun on her hip. She carries a buddy around. She's been through some stuff. We all know it. But at the end of the day, she's kind of my hero. She was tenacious enough to convince Sheriff Hall, after how many years? Quite a few, to do something that put us all in a room as civic-minded individuals to come together for a common good and a common purpose. So with that, I'm going to say thank you. And we have something for you. So come on up. If I had known, I would have got you a Wonder Woman cape. I really would have. But this is from the class. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Gail says open it, so we're going to do what Gail says. So with that, yeah, go ahead and open up your. Yeah. You're very welcome, and you're very deserving. Thank you from the entire class. We appreciate it very much.
Well, thank y'all. It's been a tough year, but I am so thankful for y'all. I had told my doctor when I was trying to get released to come back to work, I said, I have just got to get back to work mentally. I've got to get back to work. And Sheriff Hall and Chief West, through everything, just stood by me, because I didn't want to postpone the class. I fought like the Dickens not to have to do that. And so I appreciate each of you hanging in there with us. Hopefully in December I get rid of my backpack buddy, so for the next class I'm going to have hair and I'm not going to have my backpack buddy. And but I'm just so thankful that years ago Sheriff Hall let me kind of wear him down to do this, because in leadership in 2006 on Criminal Justice Day we went through and I got to see some of the things, just a glimpse of what y'all saw. And I knew that there was something special here and that people out there needed to see it. And so thank you, Sheriff Hall. I appreciate you. Y'all have a great evening.